Right, so I've made a video about this before. Want to make an update video because again, this game is nothing but woke propaganda. That's all it is. It is nothing but woke garbage. I've completed the whole entire game now, and all the arguments that people used, basically saying that this game, I just don't understand the story and stuff like that. We're gonna completely debunk what someone said to me, that I just don't understand the story. I've played the entire game now, and it's very obvious from the hours that are put into this game that this game is nothing but a anti-marriage game. Just as I said in the first video, but the first video I didn't really say I didn't say, I forgot to say some stuff. So this is how it starts off. Basically, she gets branded, because I forgot to mention all this. She gets branded. This is what she goes through in the game. She gets branded. She basically cuts her own face off. Well, they do actually. And she has the fox mask over her eyes. That part of her face is now gone. Now, this is what they're saying. And you have to play the game. Near the end of the game, she says she starts chasing a wedding dress, and she says, "You took everything from me. You're the problem. You took everything from me. I want my life back. I want me back." Basically, so it's very obvious. Those that keep making excuses up about this, saying that, oh, you just don't understand the story, you don't get it, are coping. This game makes it very obvious what this game is about, and it ain't even bothering to hide it. The people defending it are just fanboys. This game is 100% anti-marriage because it's made by a Chinese company. And get that, it's made by a Chinese company that's telling Japanese people about marriage. Totally stupid. So basically, he says, and all the way through basically, she cuts her face off, which basically symbolizes giving up her identity, because that's what it is. What is your face? It's your identity. She says all the way through the game, and near the end of the game, I gave everything up for this. You took everything from me. That means identity, her life. She wants her life back and all that. That's what they're saying that marriage is. That basically, marriage is basically slavery. That's what they promote this like. She's branded. She gets branded in the game as to like she's a slave or something. It's just laughable, the propaganda that's through this entire game. It's 100% woke feminist crap. It really is. And now playing through the entire game, I'd gotta say this really isn't a good game. It really isn't. The combat is absolute garbage. You can tell they were just trying to copy and paste from software games and Elden Ring and like Demon Souls like games. By time she swings weapons so slow that by time you've hit the enemy, they've already moved out of the way, or they'll do a combo on you, and there's nothing you can do about it. The combat is so trash. Even in boss fights, you'll get stun locked. You can literally upgrade your entire stamina. I max upgraded my stamina, and it still went down. She still swings a axe or even a knife in the game like it weighs over 1,000 pounds or something. It's pathetic. The combat is. So yeah, she basically cuts her face off. She cut her arm off, and she gets the fox-like arm that you use, which again, this is supposed to be a horror game, all right. She basically, this gives you like a superpower where you can just mow enemies down. Just laughable. Totally has this entire game has absolutely nothing to do with Silent Hill. It's nothing at all. It has nothing. They just slapped the name on Silent Hill. It's just a fact. This game has an agenda. The message of this game is saying women give everything up for marriage, their identity, their body. It's just basically anti-marriage, and there's no defending it. And you have people basically trying to make up garbage, saying, "Oh, this is what the story's about. This is what the story is about." You just don't understand it. I understand it. I complete the entire game, and I'm not going to play it again for the multiple endings. It's absolutely dumb that you have to play the game like 3 to 4 times. I'm not doing it. The first time was a chore. And then you have a scene where I forgot I was not. As I said, there's the mask where she cuts her own face off. You have a scene in the game where her mother basically messes up soup, and of course they promote the husband. The man is a toxic, abusive person. They're like, "Oh, you can't do anything right. You can't even do soup right." And then of course, the rebellious daughter is like, "Oh, are you gonna put up with this, mom?" And being dead rebellious. That's what it's like. So they're basically promoting the marriage, and that is abusive, and marriage is basically slavery. The mother, they basically promote the mother as to like she's in slavery, that she's treated like crap. Yes, some people have abusive relationships, but let's be realistic now. This is only used to push their agenda. Where does it take place? This is how you know it's their agenda. It takes place in the times where so-called basically oppression of Japanese women and arranged marriages was happening, and all that nonsense. So it's just to push a message. They have it taking place in that time. Then the entire game is just about anti-marriage. It's made by a Chinese company. Again, you look at Japanese culture and you look at the Chinese. They're all allowed the birth rate and that. If you look at the birth rate and that and the kids, it's not very high. So yeah, it's clearly the pushing an agenda. It's very obvious. Chinese basically propaganda, basically just like communism and all that. So yeah, we got that out of the way. It's basically seen as she's a slave and a prisoner, and they promote the father as the bad guy, and then they start promoting at the end of the game that the mother and the father are bad parents because they wanted to do arranged marriage, and this father was so called abusive. It's if you can't see, like I said, the agenda that's going on with this game, I don't know what to tell you. You're just most likely paid by Konami, and there's no doubt you paid by them because or you're just willfully ignorant. She drinks this. He says as like spiritual divine things. Then again, he gives her this. This is the main thing that made me that it's no doubt just a woke game. He gives her this. He puts this on her as to like a mark or like a thing, and he says, "This is to let people know that you are my property." So there you go, right there. So there is no doubt they are pushing a agenda in this game that if you're married, women are an object and women are property. That's what they're promoting. They're promoting an agenda. And if you can't see it, then again, you're willfully lying. There's no doubt you're willfully lying. This game is woke. 100% woke. From the story to even the enemies in the game. I can't show some of them, but there's an enemy in the game where it's a bunch of heads and a bunch of breasts. See, every single enemy in the game is just anti-marriage. It really is. None of the story even makes any sense. It's just an excuse. None of it has anything to do with Silent Hill. She's taking pills and it's supposed to say like she's mentally insane and it's all in her head, that she went on a rampage killing people during her wedding. It's just dumb. It really is. It's not Silent Hill. That's not Silent Hill. That's just what you call psychopath. It's just an excuse to basically promote anti-marriage. And basically through the entire game, the fox guy is basically seen as the bad guy. All the way through the game, he's portrayed as that. And the doll with the red dress that's at the beginning is all the way through the game. It says to you, do not listen to the fox guy. Do not listen to him. Do not trust him. So you see what agenda? So don't trust the guy that you're supposed to be married to him. Don't do it. How can you say this game is not pushing a agenda? They're saying to you, don't get married. They're basically saying to her, don't get married. She sacrifices her face. She sacrifices her arm. She sacrifices her, basically, the divine thing, drinking whatever it was that she was drinking, most likely symbolizes giving her life away and her soul. That's what it is. Those that don't get it and keep making things up and saying the story means something else, one, just can't accept that the game's woke, because there's many things in the game that have showed that prove the game's woke. You are my property. So again, the whole game is promoting the fox guy as the bad guy through the entire game. It's just the fact. This is what I said. She chases this wedding dress down. This is the end boss. This is the end boss, the wedding dress. And she says, "You took everything from me," and she follows it. So again, how can you not get it now? They're openly admitting it in your face. Why is the last boss a wedding dress? Because the whole entire game, if you connect the dots, is about marriage, and it's pushing a anti-marriage agenda. Why do you think the end game boss is a dress, a wedding dress? Because again, it's anti-marriage. This end boss was so irritating. I believe it was scripted that you were. It was scripted, some of the parts, but was it annoying, man? The combat is just so bad. It really is. You can see how much I've upgraded my stamina. Basically, if you haven't played this game, the best advice in this game, don't even bother fighting anything in the game. It literally is just a waste of time. You never have to use the sanity meter. I didn't use it the whole game. So why they're even in the game, I don't know, because it really doesn't do anything. didn't use the dodge the whole. I didn't use the slow time thing the whole game because there's no point. It does nothing, and you can upgrade your stamina to the highest in the game, and you'll still swing the axe and the weapon like it weighs 1,000 pounds. It's honestly pathetic. But as I said, you had that doll all the way through the game saying, "Don't listen to the fox guy. Don't listen to him." As to say, he basically, this is what marriage is. If you get married, you're in slavery. It's bondage. You're going to be unhappy because she even says that she wants to be happy to this wedding dress. She says, "I want my life back. I want me back." And then she has basically in one of the scenes a split personality, I guess. There's two of them. And she's like, her other side of personalities like, why don't you fight this? Why don't you ever do something about this? You never do anything about it. And then the other side says, I'm gonna destroy this. So I guess she's just a psychopath. I guess she's just a schizophrenia. And you have this, like I said, the wedding dress right there. I mean, it's just obvious. It really is obvious. And as well, the wedding dress has no face. It has no face. You see what I'm saying now? The reason the wedding dress has no face because she's basically the one getting married. So obviously she's going to be in the dress. So she's got no face. You see what I mean? When she cuts her face off, it symbolizes no identity. That's why the fox says cut your face off, and basically you have to cut your arm off in the game because it symbolizes sacrificing basically your life. Face symbolizes identity. That's what it always symbolizes. People recognize you and know you by your face, and they know your identity by your face. So yes, yeah, so they're saying that if you get married, that you lose your identity, that you are no longer who you are. Even the doll says it. The doll says it in the game. The doll's like, don't go this way. Don't agree to the wedding because you'll never be like this again. You'll never be happy. She starts to get happy near the end of the game, and the doll's like, don't get married. You'll never be happy. You'll never be happy. You'll never be like this again. It says don't go this way. So again, this laughable. And then she's like, near the end of the game, this is my choice. This is my choice. But they want to act like that, oh, this is just Silent Hill. She's just a psychopath. She's just a schizophrenia. She's got multiple personalities and she's dreaming this all up and she's insane. She's on drugs. That's just the excuse. They know what they're doing. The whole game is just an excuse by the Chinese to push their agenda, which doesn't surprise me because a lot the Chinese government and all that is all about promoting garbage and promoting agendas. I mean, then again, the Chinese censor their own people just like the Russians. Two corrupt countries that literally, if you speak out against the government, they'll all press you. So, doesn't really surprise me. It really doesn't. And again, why is a Chinese company anyway speaking about Japanese culture? Doesn't make any sense. But it's just laughable. Anyway, the whole entire game, there's no defending it. As I said, anyone that wants to deny and say, you ain't played the game, yes, I played it on story because I couldn't care less. That I'm not going to play it on hard. And again, story before the day one patch was seen as normal mode. So I'm not going to play it on hard mode and rage the entire game and hate the game. It ain't going to happen. The reason it's 9 hours is because of what I've been playing it on and off. I've got things to do. But I just wanted to get the game completed as fast as possible. And anyway, that seems to be a thing in the gaming industry anyway. Who cares what difficulty someone plays on? I paid full price for the game. If I want to play it on a certain difficulty, well, I couldn't care less. I paid for the game. But as I said before, the day one patch, it was considered normal. It is normal because it certainly ain't easy, especially the combat. And as well, half of the puzzles are just garbage. They really are. They're badly explained. They really are. They're badly explained. There's one instance where you're psychically supposed to know that you're supposed to click on a wall to go through it. You're just psychically supposed to know that. I had to look it up because again, I'm psychically supposed to know that on a specific wall that I'm supposed to press X. I'm psychically supposed to know that. The wall looks exactly like every other wall. Garbage game design. This game isn't a masterpiece. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's not a Silent Hill game either. It's just a wannabe Dark Souls game, wannabe Elden Ring, and the combat is probably worse than most From Software games, because at least with From Software games, you're not standing there swinging a sword for about nearly 30 seconds. I mean, don't believe me, go play the end game boss. Hold the heavy attack down, and by the time because if you just do the light attacks, the useless, it's not really going to affect the enemy. It's what I've learned. The axe is the best weapon. It really is. It's the best weapon. All the other weapons are just useless. So no, I'm not going to play this game on hard mode. I'm not going to play it on the extreme difficulty either. It's just dumb. I play games to enjoy them, not to be miserable and rage. So yeah, like I said, this is the boss. There's no defending it. This is the end game boss. Again, as I said, look at it. It's got no face at all. Because again, she is the wedding dress. She's the wedding dress. She is the wedding dress. And those defending like, oh, well, you just need to play the game again to get different endings to understand the story. One, every single person that plays this game and buys it is not going to play it twice, 3 times. Why do you think the reviews were mixed? Like people were saying it was trash. No one's going to play this twice. Playing it once is enough. There was one instance near the end of the game, the frame rate dropped that bad, and this is even after all the patches. I thought the PlayStation was going to crash. I really did. There was a massive lag spike near the end of the game. It wasn't optimized good, but again, they shouldn't have called it Silent Hill. Simple as that. They shouldn't have called it Silent Hill. It is an insult to the Silent Hill franchise. It really is. It's an insult. This game is just laughable. It really is. It's an insult to the Silent Hill franchise. That's what it is. I couldn't care what anyone says. This is an insult. And those that want to say, oh, you're just mad that the game's not in the Silent Hill town. One, it's got the one that did it good. Like, even that game wasn't really Silent Hill. It had ghosts in it and stuff like that. Silent Hill 4, The Room. But at least the story was far better than this was. And it wasn't woke. Silent Hill 2 takes place in the Silent Hill town. Silent Hill 1 takes place in Silent Hill town. Silent Hill 3 takes place in Silent Hill town. After the fourth one, that's when it went downhill. Even Silent Hill Homecoming, Silent Hill Origins, Silent Hill Shattered Memories, even the even the Dungeon Crawler one on the PS Vita, even that was more Silent Hill than this. This is just an insult. It has nothing to do with Silent Hill at all. Nothing. And if this is going to be the future of the Silent Hill games, Silent Hill's dead. Same as Resident Evil. Resident Evil's dead. Yes, you'll have the fanboys like, oh well, Resident Evil sells a lot of copies. No one cares. The franchise is dead. Resident Evil has just become stupid now, just the same as Silent Hill. It has absolutely nothing to do with Silent Hill or Resident Evil. Me and Resident Evil, you got werewolves. You got this, you might as well be a werewolf in the game. You're supposed to be a horror game, yet I didn't feel any horror in this game. It just felt to me like a game where you just hack and slash enemies. It didn't scare me one single bit. There was no atmosphere of, oh, this is horror. It's not a horror game. This is not a horror game. And it's an insult to say that it is. It really is an insult. It is an absolute insult to basically call this a Silent Hill game. It really is. I have seen some of the first gameplay story, not much of the other games in the series. And I know people are going to use that argument as well. Oh, this guy's probably never played the original Silent Hill games, because I know that's what they're going to say. They're going to be like, oh, you probably never played the old Silent Hill games. I did. I played Silent Hill 1. I played Silent Hill 2, the original. I played Silent Hill 3, the original. I played Silent Hill Homecoming, Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I played Silent Hill Origins. I still own them on the PSP, but I don't own a PSP. I just own the games. I even had it on the Nintendo Wii at one point, but it went missing. So I've grew up with these games, unlike the people of today. The same with the Resident Evil franchise. None of them have played the original games. That's why they say, "Oh, it does have stuff to do with Silent Hill." No, it doesn't. Tell me anything that is Silent Hill related in this game. Nothing. Tell me any Silent Hill game where James or Harry was taking drugs. Nowhere. Silent Hill is not hallucinations. Basically, the Silent Hill town represents, it's basically as a thing, as a punishment. James went to Silent Hill because he murdered his wife, and he could not accept that he killed his own wife, so he made up in his head that she was still alive. So he went to Silent Hill. All the letter never even existed. He was just making all this stuff up in his head because he couldn't accept that he killed his own wife. He couldn't accept it. Near the end of the game, obviously, he comes to terms with it and accepts it, but he killed his own wife. So yeah, that was more psychological horror and more Silent Hill than this game will ever be. Silent Hill is dead, and that's just a fact. The franchise is dead. It's done. You could tell this was not made by the same people. They should, in my opinion, They should give the Silent Hill license to the Bloober team. Give it to them because they clearly know what they're doing with Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2 remake, great game. They knew what they were doing. Instead, they decide, hey, we're going to give the Silent Hill license to a Chinese company that just wants to promote a feminist agenda. Yeah. And look how it turned out. Garbage game. It's a garbage Silent Hill game. It really is. And it's woke. And those saying that it isn't woke, tell me how it isn't woke. It's clearly anti-marriage, and that's the message that it's pushing, that marriage is slavery and that marriage ruins women's lives. Because they want to push their Chinese propaganda. That's what they want to do. Same, it's what they want to do. They'd like to promote it onto the West and America. Oh, don't get married and have kids. That's what they want. And I've already exposed Alan Wake. I made one years ago. Years ago. And I already made a video about that. Alan Wake's woke. But it ain't on any of the channels. It's on BitChute. Well, obviously I can't access it. So yeah, the game is woke. There's no defending it. There's no saying to me now that you don't know what you're talking about. You just don't understand the story. Blah blah blah. All the excuses that they want to make. They say the story means this. The story means that. You just don't get it. The story means what it means. The whole entire story is about getting married. That's what it's about. And she's mentally insane. And on her wedding day, she's so insane that she killed her own friends. She's just psychotic. So yeah, this is the second video that I've made now about this game, and both videos prove that it's woke. So yeah, another video that I made, end it right here now because I'm gonna go eat because it's getting late over here. So yeah. And those that are watching this, but that's if anyone watches it, tell me how it isn't woke. Tell me how this game is different from what it's clearly promoted. Because I even asked someone said to me, "You just don't get the story." I said, "Well, all right then. What's your take on the story?" Wouldn't answer the question. This resulted to calling me names and saying, "Oh, you're just a retard. You just don't get the story." It wouldn't explain his take on the story. So let me know your take on the story and explain why it's not woke. I'd love to hear it because it's just coping. That's all it is. It's the same as the people that are saying Ghost of Yota is woke. It's nothing but reaching and coping. That's all it is. Because the game is woke, and that's that. It's as simple as that. It has nothing to do with it being a female protagonist or stuff like that. It's the message that's promoted in the game. That's the issue. It has nothing to do with the female protagonist. It has to do with the message. And that's the message that I got from it, from playing the whole game. Because I actually play the games that I expose and talk about. I'm not like the other YouTubers that just make videos and make stuff up. I've actually played the game. I've showed the proof that I've played the game. If you don't want to believe me, to the people that don't want to believe me and say, "Oh, you probably haven't played it," go look up my name on PlayStation. My account's cheeky ball. Go look it up, and you'll see I've played the entire game. Because I actually have played a lot of games in my life. So yeah, I'm not a fake gamer. So yeah, appreciate everyone coming to the live stream. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go eat now. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next live stream whenever I do a next video. Take care.